Today, I want to try and explain to you the two-pot system in a simplified way. I have had so many questions and so many comments with regards to the two-pot system, and for me, it is absolutely clear that people have no idea how this system is going to work. So bear with me, this is going to take a few minutes. I think it will be worth it. We'll cut it up for you in bite-sized pieces as well, but it's most probably going to take 5 or 6 minutes. But if you're interested and you really want to know how it works, stick around. Okay, so the most important thing and the first thing to understand is that all pensions, all providence and all retirement annuity funds make part of what happens with regards to the two-pot system. So it doesn't matter whether you are invested in a pension, provident or retirement annuity, everything falls under the new rules with regards to the two-pot system. So I'm going to try and explain this to you with a drawing which I hope and trust will be better to understand and easier to understand. Let's start. So let's imagine this beautiful fruit bowl that I've painted here is your pension fund. This is the bucket in which all your funds are going to lie and where you are going to be saving your money. So what happens? We start contributing our rands and it starts dropping in here. So all the funds that you invest goes into this investment and starts filling up. So this keeps on filling up and up and up, and your investments gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Now, the important thing here is that your money that you are paying in and saving is accumulating growth with whatever is happening in the portfolio. And this just keeps on growing. And this is the total amount of money that you have. So it does not make a difference whether we are talking about your 1/3, your 2/3, the one pot, the two pot, everything is in this bowl. Everything is part of your pension money. So now your funds keep on growing and eventually get to retirement. So what happens at retirement is they open this bowl up. It's like a little tap that they open up. And they say to you, okay, you can take 1/3 of this money in cash. You can do with that as you please, and the other 2/3 you must take and you must use for an income. So that's the straightforward way that all pension funds have always worked in the past, before we started talking about the two-pot system. So everything is in here, everything shares in the same growth. There's no division in here about what is part of the 1/3 and what is part of the 2/3. It's just one big amount of money, and at retirement, you choose whether you're going to take out of this a lot of money that's in here, 1/3 in cash, and the other 2/3 is a monthly income. It's your choice. You can choose not to take anything and just take an income from the full cash amount that's lying there. So now let's move on to the big question on everybody's mind, and that is with regards to the two-pot. What is the two-pot? How does the two-pot work? So, let's imagine that this red marker that I've put down here, this is a glass division. It's like a piece of glass that we've put in here. So everything in the bowl is still part of your pension fund money. But now there's a little piece of glass in here that you can't see that divides a small piece of your pension fund from the big piece of your pension fund, so to speak. And this piece here is what everybody talks about when it comes to the two-pot system. So now, as you go forward in life, everything still remains in here. The 1/3, 2/3 options remains exactly the same. The only thing that's going to happen now is in future, this line here represents the determination of how much money you can actually take from here as per the new two-pot system. So here is where it starts getting very interesting. This portion here that represents your two-pot system, that portion there is equal to your 1/3. So it actually means that you can draw out 1/3 of your total pension fund money on a yearly basis. So just to take this a little bit further, this year you can't draw everything that's in there. This year you will be limited to 30,000 Rand or 27,500 Rand pre-tax, and you can withdraw that. But next year you can come back and you can make another withdrawal. So if your total value, let's imagine for a second you have not touched any of the money in your two-part system. Let's imagine that next year when we get here, this value that you've got here is 3 million rand. Then this section here is worth 2 million rand, and this section here is 1 million rand. Your 1/3, therefore, is 1 million rand, and based on the new legislation, this also represents your two-pot section, which means that 1 million is your two-pot 1 million. And it means that you can withdraw that 1 million rand. And obviously, like we've explained, you will be taxed heavily on this. So if you were to withdraw the money from your two-pot system, you are only left with 2/3 of your pension fund going forward. So the problem that this creates for us going forward is the following. Let's imagine that you did decide to withdraw the full 1/3. Then all of this money has disappeared. You've taken it out, you've used it whichever way you want, and it's gone. But here on this side, you're still sitting with 2 million rand. And this 2 million rand you cannot touch because it is your 2/3 that you can never withdraw even when you get to retirement age. Now you contribute some more money. And in the next year, you contribute another 200,000 rand here and 100,000 rand here. So now when you get your option to withdraw your two-pot portion, you can once again draw that 100,000 rand, but you cannot touch that 200,000 rand. So your 2/3 portion of your investment will keep on growing and you can never touch it, but you can withdraw everything that was your 1/3 portion for as long as you live. Now this is the problem, folks. If you go and look at that situation, the majority of people never have enough money in their 2/3 to give them a pension sufficient to sustain themselves. Just about every situation I've ever come across in my 30 years has been a situation where my clients needed the 1/3, be that to pay off their house at retirement, be that to pay off their car at retirement, be that to make use of that 1/3 to increase the income that they would be getting out of the 2/3 in order to survive. So if you are going to start withdrawing the money from your two-pot on a yearly basis, doesn't matter whether you're just going to draw 10,000 rand or 100,000 rand or 30,000 rand or whatever the case might be, you are going to end up one day with a situation that you've got lots of money on this side, very little money on that side, and you are not going to have enough money for retirement. And the problem is that nobody understands is that the money that you withdraw from this side on a yearly basis is taxed at withdrawal tax rates. And those withdrawal tax rates is substantially harder and harsher than what it would have been if you went into retirement and you took 1/3 in retirement. Because the tax breaks that we get on the 1/3 at retirement is substantial. I'm not 100% sure if this is going to help you, but this is the easiest way that I can think of explaining to you, the viewer, how the two-pot system works and why it is so dangerous for you to withdraw the money. You want to chat to me? Go check out my WhatsApp number, my profile, and give me a call. I'll try and explain it better if you need some more advice. Give well. Cheers.